Guys, this is the result I got using my native phone camera, and this is the result I got using the Blackmagic camera app. And yes, the name of the app is the Blackmagic camera app, in case you didn't get that already, and it is available on iOS and Android. Although for the Android, it is only available for the Samsung Galaxy S23 and S24 and Google Pixel 7 and 8 devices for now. So very quickly, let me show you guys the exact settings I use on this app to get amazing video quality like the one you just saw in the video I just played. And also try to stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to be sharing a website with you where you can download some free resources that will also further help you improve the quality of your video and the colors of the video. Alright, so guys, let's just jump right in. So first off, I'm going to come to my settings and reset everything so that we'll start all over together. Let me just put this on do not disturb. Alright, that should be fine. Reset camera settings, reset. Okay, so now right off the bat, when you download the app, this is what you're going to see. It's going to be something like this. Just a small interface shows you what your camera is looking at, and then all this space. So let's go to the settings first and just start from here. So right off the top, you will see codec. Now I apologize that I don't have some sort of pointer device that just highlights what I am touching per time, but I'm going to try and pronounce everything or call them out so you know exactly what I'm touching. If you guys have any software or any trick that I can use so that next time I have to make a video like this, I can efficiently point everything I'm talking about, I would really appreciate that in the comments. Alright, so codec, you want to leave your codec on H.265. I can't really go into depth about all of the things that all of these things mean, because I'm also trying to keep this video basic, and I'm trying to make it as concise as possible. But you are either going to stay between H.264 and H.265. The remaining of these codecs, they're actually all so nice and very high quality, but they're going to take a lot of space, and most times you don't even need them. So keep it on H.265 for now. Resolution should be on 4K, unless you are especially shooting to post directly on social media, which mostly will downsize your videos to 1080p, which is HD anyway, so you can shoot in HD. But if your phone can shoot in 4K, I mostly advise people to shoot in 4K. Color space should be Rec 709, like you can see in mine. Timecode display, leave it on record run. Time-lapse recording should be turned off unless you want to record time lapses. This one is grayed out. Just capture one frame every 1 minute is grayed out. Just leave it like that. If media drops frame, leave it like that. Now moving on to the camera section. Enable vertical video, turn that on. Now let me show you very quickly what that does. You see, now our monitor or interface for the camera now is looking vertical. So this is very useful for when you're making vertical form content and stuff like that, and you can interact better with your camera this way. Okay, going back, let's continue. After enable vertical video, trigger record indicator, I left it on none, but you can take it to beeper. It does not really have much function, so you can just leave it on none. Use volume button to trigger record, I left it turned on. Lock white balance on record, leave it turned on. While recording, swipe right to dim screen, leave it turned on. Shutter measurement, leave it on speed for now, but I'm going to recommend you change it to angle after I make the explanation for shutter later on. Flicker free shutter based on, leave it on 50 Hz if you are in Nigeria. And if you are in any other place aside from Nigeria, I want you to do something. Go on Google, type your country name. So take for instance Tanzania, type Tanzania and then put NTSC. I'm probably going to have some text up on the screen. NTSC or PAL. So whatever it tells you your country is, if your country is not PAL, PAL, then change this flicker free shutter to 60 Hz. If your country is NTSC, change it to 60 Hz. I think for the United States, it should be 60 Hz because it's NTSC and Nigeria is PAL, so it's 50 Hz. Lens correction should be left turned on. Anamorphic disc should be left on none. Flip image for SLR lens should be left off unless you're using external lens attachment. Lock current orientation is really preference, I leave it turned off. Mirror front facing camera, I leave it turned on. Now let's go to the audio source, iPhone microphone. If you're going to be using an external mic with this app, then you probably want to you see the option for your external mic beneath the iPhone microphone, and then you can click on that. But I'm not using an external mic right now, so it's on iPhone microphone. iPhone microphone option should be left on auto, just leave it on auto. Audio format should be left on AAC. Record audio as stereo. Sample rate should be left on auto. Audio metering should be left on the option it's picked, -18 decibels. Audio monitor should be turned on so you can monitor your audio when you're recording to see if your microphone is working or you're talking too loud and your audio is peaking. Audio output should be left on speaker unless if you probably have any Bluetooth devices connected and it's going to show up there, and then you can pick that. Now coming to the monitor, now this monitor part might not really make a lot of sense to you right now, so just follow my settings. Later on I'm going to show you some things that they are referencing here. So focus assist, leave it on colored lines. Focused assist color, I mostly prefer to use green. You can use any color, but I prefer to use green. Guides opacity, leave it on 25%. Guides color, leave it on white. Grids opacity, leave it on 25%. HDMI out, leave it on mirror display. Display audio meters, leave it turned on. Display histogram, leave it turned on. Display storage status, leave it turned on. Display upload status, leave it turned off unless you are uploading your content or your videos that you shoot with this app to Blackmagic Cloud. I'm not doing that, so I left it turned off. Display battery indicator, you can turn this on so you can monitor your battery and whatnot. Now moving to media, record proxy, leave it turned on. Upload clips, leave it on proxies only. Live sync, leave it turned off. Auto upload to selected project, leave it turned on. Enable upload only over Wi-Fi, leave it turned off. Save clips to, now in this option, this asks you whether you want to save your clips only in app. So whenever you make a video, if you choose this first option that I have selected, it means it's only going to save the video on the app and not in your photo gallery. But if you choose the second option, which is in-app and photo gallery, then it's going to save on the app and also in your photo library. And for this third option, it means where you might want to save your video directly to your files and not to any other place. So pick whichever one. I left it on in-app only, and then whenever I need the videos, I can just import them directly to my photo library, which I will show you before the end of the video. All right, moving on. Save location data to clip, leave it turned on. This is basically just telling you that it's going to save your location metadata and some other relevant information to your clip. File name convention, you can leave it on Blackmagic Camera on iOS. This is really just how the name of the files will come up on your phone. I left it on Blackmagic Camera. Now to move into the display lot, remember when I told you I was going to give you a free website where you can get resources to help you with color and quality? Well, it's relating to this, so I'm not going to talk much about this now until I show you the website at the end of the video. Now with this app, and this is one of the game-changing features of this app, you can use LUTs. Remember when I said on my Instagram that LUTs are more like Snapchat filters that helps you enhance your color? So if I turn this on right now, let's just see. Now I have some LUTs already downloaded to my phone, right? Ordinarily on your phone right now, you would not see any of this Apple Luxurex 709 cinematic. The only thing you will see is import LUT and export LUT. Now I'm going to show you where to download these LUTs and how to import them here, maybe in this video or in the subsequent one. But for now, what you want to do is just leave the LUTs turned off. When we're talking about LUTs, I'm going to explain how to use them and why they are so important. Moving on to preset selection, leave it. There's no need for that for now. Use Bluetooth unless you have any accessories you want to use, like this Nucleus wireless lens down here beneath. They use Bluetooth, the one I'm tapping on right now. Just leave it turned off. Then this option says log into Blackmagic Cloud. Unless you want to log in, I normally log in from time to time, but I'm not logging in right now. So, and then the last one is reset Blackmagic camera settings, and that is where I went at the beginning of the video to reset all of my preferences. And now let's go to the camera side of things. Now on this first page, let's start from the top left. Well, let's start on top. On top, you can see that my resolution is in 4K, like I selected in the settings the other time. And now let's move to lens. Up top here, let me click on it. Can you see? Lens. Now this lens basically tells you, okay, which lens should I use to shoot this video? Changes between all the lenses that are available on your phone. My phone has 3 cameras at the back and then the selfie camera in front. So right now it is selecting my main camera. If you look down here, you can see that it's selecting my main camera. If I click on ×2 down here, hopefully you can see where I'm clicking on. You see that it has zoomed in. Now it's using my zoom camera. If I click on ×3, it is using my zoom camera still. If I click on front, you can see that it's showing my face. And then if I go back to ×0.5, it's using my ultra wide camera. I mostly like to shoot with my main camera lens, so I leave it on 24mm. So just use the main camera lens on your phone or whichever camera lens you want to use per time. Moving on, let's go to FPS beside lens up here. FPS basically is frames per second, and for the people that don't really understand what FPS means, all I need you to do is remember when I told you to check if your country is NTSC or PAL. For Nigerians and Americans, if you're in America, your country is an NTSC region. If you're in Nigeria, our country is a PAL region. So what that really translates to for FPS is, if you're in America, then what you want to set your camera settings to in this option is either 23.98 like I just did right now, or 24 frames per second. But if you're in Nigeria, move this over to 25, because 25 is what we use. I can't really go into why we use 25 and America uses 24 in this video. It's going to be too long. We'll just select 25. Also, you can now decide to go in increments of 25. For people in America, you can go in increments of 24. So if you want to go higher than 24, then the next thing you're going to is probably 48. Do you understand? If you're trying to get higher frame rates, then you're going to 48. For Nigeria though, you will be going to 50 instead of 48. Do you understand? So an even number that is an higher, that is double of what you're using. If you want to shoot slow motion videos, instead of 60 frames, if you're in Nigeria, I'd advise you put it on 50 frames like I have done right now. Alright, but for the purposes of this video, let's just leave it on 25 frames. So for most of your videos that you want to make, if you're just doing talking head videos or content creation, you probably just need to put it on 25 frames per second. And now let's go to shutter. Now remember when I said you should keep your shutter on speed when we were in the settings option the other time? That is because with cinematography or just with video making, for your videos to look lifelike or look like what the natural human eye perceives, your shutter speed, which is what we are clicking on right now, can you see, has to be double of your frames per second. That is your frame rate. So at every given time, whatever your frame rate is, then your shutter speed is going to be double of that. So right now our frame rate is 25 frames per second. So we already know our shutter speed is going to be 1/50. Let me take it there. 1/50. Make sure it is the double of that. So if I come back here and I take my frame rate to 50 frames per second, you see my shutter is going to be 1/100. So every single time, I think it's even automatically moving. So you see, I take it to 48, it goes to 96 on the shutter. Can you see my shutter? If I take it to 30, my shutter goes to 60. So make sure that every single time, let's take this back to 25. If you're using 25 frames for your frames per second, then your shutter should be on 1/50. However, a very good trick to make sure you don't have to worry about that is go back to your settings and then come down to under camera, come to shutter measurement. Let me see if I can come to shutter measurement, and instead of speed, select angle. Angle makes it easier. You don't need to always remember. Just come to, see, our frame rate is still 25. Come to shutter and select, it might be on any degree. You see right now it's 150 degrees, 93 degrees. Make sure you put it on 180, leave it on 180, and then down here click on lock. Can you see the blue icon on the lower end of the screen? Click on lock. So now you have locked in the option and it's not going to change. Now moving on, the iris is grayed out up here. The iris is grayed out because it's not a variable lens, whatever. So just leave the iris as it is. Now moving on to ISO. ISO is equally as important. I want you to almost always keep your ISO on 100, because your ISO is your camera sensor's sensitivity to light. So if you start increasing it now, the image will start getting brighter, but the problem now is it will introduce noise or make your image start looking terrible. So try as much as possible in every circumstance to keep your ISO on 100. If it now means that your video is looking dark, then probably go close to a window or get a video light or whatever to light up the scene instead of having to move this. You can move this, but make sure you don't go higher than 200 most times, because the higher you go, it's going to get brighter, but it's going to start affecting the quality of your video. So leave that on 100 for now. And then for your white balance, just leave it on auto. You can look down here, you see it's on auto. So just leave it on auto, leave tint as it is. The white balance and the tint, they work together. So coming down here on the lower end of the screen on the left, you can see that it's showing how many hours I can shoot in the current format that I have set my phone to record in with the memory space on my phone. So I have 88 gig left. My phone can shoot for 4 hours 21 minutes and 26 seconds in the format that I have selected. So that is good to know in case you're trying to make videos and you don't know if the memory space will be enough. Also, underneath that, directly underneath that, you can see your histogram. Your histogram is basically, it helps you to track the exposure, the lightness or darkness of your video. Now you see right now, if I put my hand in front of the camera lens, you can see that all of the histogram is going to the left, and if I remove my hand, it looks like it's balanced. Now if I take it close to a very bright source, let's see, I'm trying to look for a very bright, just hold on. Now you can see that it's on the right because this place is too bright. So what you want to go for most of the time is a balanced histogram. It goes from the left to the right and has some things in the middle. Now directly opposite that, you can see our audio meter that has been fluctuating since morning. Green means you're talking normal, yellow means yes, you're in a good zone, but you see red, you see how you went to red, but now it means that your video is peaking. I'm so sorry, I had to show you guys that. Sorry, I was shouting in your ears. So you want to make sure that every time that it's going between the green and the yellow and never going to red, because if it goes to red, the audio is probably going to be unusable. All right, so coming down, let's click on the first icon by the left underneath here. Now this one is basically for people that want to use their phones to shoot short films or filmmakers or anything like that. You don't need to bother yourself too much about this. Just click on the X. Now here is your zoom control. I don't like to use this. I just prefer to use the lens option, so I never really use it. Coming to this one, now this one shows you the different camera modes you can shoot in that come pre-stock with your phone camera. So my phone can shoot in cinematic. If you have an iPhone 13 Pro upwards, I think you have this option. You can shoot in standard, you can shoot in extreme, and you can just turn it off entirely. I mostly just turn it off or use cinematic. Let's turn that off for now. Now if you move here, obviously that is the record button, and right now if you look up top, you see that there's a red reading time that shows that it has been recording for the last 7 seconds. Let's turn that off. Now if you come here, this is also controls for your ISO. Can you see? So like I said, keep it on 100. Let's turn that off. Coming here, this is your autofocus. In case you're trying to go for some dramatic effect, you don't want to use autofocus on your phone, tap on the auto that is painted in blue, and then you can move your focus. So now it becomes manual focus. But please, I like to leave my own on auto, so you probably leave your own on auto too. Now clicking on the icon beside it, you see the option for LUT. If I turn this on rather, you start seeing that my video starts looking some type of way. Don't worry, depending on what you want to see the before and the after. Depending on what you want to use, you can use a particular LUT to get a particular feeling, just like Snapchat filters, like I told you guys before. Moving to the next one, let's turn it on. This is your false color. So this is used by much more advanced filmmakers and videographers to monitor the exposure in an image, and that's why you're seeing that everything looks wonky right now. There's a lot of grains. I don't want to go into that, but if you guys want me to explain the more complicated parts of this app, let me know in the comment section and I'll make a different video for that. Also, these ones basically are for your framing. You can see now that I'm turning it on and off. Let's turn it off, let's turn it back on. That is sort of a square bar or rectangular bar on my screen. It just helps you to guide whatever you're shooting. If I turn this off and go to the next one and turn it on, you can see now that it is now at these vertical bars. Okay, these are horizontal bars, so in case you want to shoot something with this aspect ratio, you make sure it's within this place. Let's turn that off. Now with this one, you can use point based. Can you see the point? Can you see the point here? I don't know if you can see. Okay, let me just put it against the black. You can see the point in the middle, so it shows you the dead center of your image. If you don't want that, turn that off. Okay, let's just turn it back on. Hold on, let's turn it back on. Let's just turn this off. Okay, now this one too, basically all of these are framing tools that just really helps you to get the most out of it. I like to just use the rule of thirds. Now this grid you see on my screen is called the rule of thirds. I like to just use the rule of thirds. It helps you really frame your camera and, you know, get your image looking very nice. Let's just turn that off for now. Now moving here, this is also, this is also for your focus. So this shows you what is in focus and what not. I like to turn it on so that I know what is in focus at every single time. Now whatever is painted green, remember when we were in the settings, let me go back to settings. Okay, sorry, continue, sorry. So remember when we were in settings and we came to monitor, under focused assist, I told you to leave it on colored lines, and then I told you to leave the focused assist color as green. If we change it to red, see what happens. See now that they are red. So whatever is painted red is what is in focus. All right, so you can leave it turned on so you know at every time that you're focusing properly. Why is my hand not red? Anyway, moving on. So whatever is painted red is what is in focus. You can also turn that off if it's too distracting for you. And okay, and then this last one is also a tool for your exposure. If I turn it off, you can see the difference. Let me turn it on. You can see all these zebra lines on this white part of my table. So the parts that are pink, that are colored in these zebra lines, are basically the parts that might be overexposed or are very close to being too bright. Let me use layman terms, too bright. So whenever you see stuff like this, you might not want to go back and reduce the brightness of your image. But like I said, most of these tools are professional level. You don't need to really worry yourself about them. Just follow the settings that I've shown you previously and you'll mostly be fine for the most part. So let me turn this off, and now let's go to the media page. Click on media down here. Now this is where all the footage you record goes to on the app. So if I were to select a particular video that I made now, and maybe I want to download it to my gallery, all I need to do is click on this, right, and click save video, and that is it. All right, now you can find all the videos you have made here, and when you come to chat, this is basically for when you're collaborating with other people on the project and you're using Blackmagic Cloud, you'll be able to do all of that. And then settings. So guys, now finally let's talk about the particular website that I told you about and how to take advantage of LUTs, because let's come back here. Let me show you something real quick. Like you could tell here, when I turn on the LUTs, you can see that it's already giving it a different look entirely, and this can really help you get really nice colors. Because now if I turn this off and I go to settings and I go to LUTs, let's turn on display LUT, and I change this to, let's say I change it to clean whites, and come back here, right? Now you can, if I turn this off, you see how my footage looks, and I turn this on, you see it has this bluish tint that looks even better. Let me turn it off, it looks brown. Now I turn it on, it looks blue. So instantly you can be getting amazing colors out of this. And on this website there is a lot of what is it called, there's a lot of LUTs, more like filters on it that you can use. Let me quickly turn on my data. There is a lot of LUTs that you can download that can really help you to get the desired look. Why is this not working though? That's weird. Okay guys, so now it's working. Let's just close this. Okay, so this is the website, freshluts.com, freshluts.com. So when you come on here, all you need to do is just click on browse LUTs, and then you can see plethora of LUTs that you can choose from. Also, you know, before we start that, let me just show you. Let's go to popular LUTs. Let's just go to popular LUTs. So my network is really terrible, even though it's 5G. I don't know why. Okay, so for every, I downloaded some of these myself and I have them on my Blackmagic app. So for every LUT you download, let's go and click on celluloid. I want to show you, you can check a before and after. See this slider I'm moving? If I move the slider here, this was the before, and this is what it looks like after they applied it. Before, after. And all you need to do is scroll down and download LUT. So when you click on download LUT, it gets downloaded to your files on your phone, and then from there you can now go and move the application, the LUT into, let me show you how to move it. So if you were downloading it on an iPhone, it would be here, can you see celluloid? Let me just see. This is the lot file. It's a .cube file, so it's downloaded here, and all you need to do is click on these three dots up here, click on select, click on it, and let's see, let's move. You know what, I'm just going to hold it. Nah, that's not going to work. Okay, click on move, and then I can just bring it to Blackmagic Cam. Just look for wherever Blackmagic Cam is on your phone. On my phone, it's up here. Can you see Blackmagic Cam? Click on it, click on lots, and then just move it, and that is it. So when you go back to Blackmagic Cam and you click on lots, you will find it there. Now when we go back to the app, let's go back to the app. When we go back to the app and we click on settings, you can see it up here, celluloid O1FU. So let's click on celluloid. Let's go back to camera, and now let's turn it on. Can you see it's giving it? Look at this piece, and look at my skin. Although it's looking a little too much right now, but there's ways to adjust the colors in post when you're editing, and then it makes it look absolutely nice instead of now having to be sticking with the usual camera settings. Let me show you something. Usual camera settings on your phone. Now look at what my default camera looks like right now. This is my major camera right now, no colors, nothing. And then look at what this one looks like. So if you just dial down the effect of this LUT or this filter a little bit, you'll be blazing in no time. Anyway guys, that is everything I want to show you on this app. So make sure to check everything out, and trust me, you have to, take some time out to practice and just really go over this video a couple of times, and then everything starts clicking. I'm going to see if I can make another video where I explain some more practical and technical aspects when it comes to this application, and maybe I'll drop that very soon. Thank you for watching. If you stuck around till the end, comment magic in the comment section so I can specially thank you and appreciating you for sticking around. And hopefully you'll find a lot of goodies on the app, on the website, where I give you to download the LUTs to help you color grade your videos properly. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.